Hello, welcome to English Reading by Hidemi Woods. I'll read episodes from my books and talk about them. I hope you enjoy the show with me. Hi, this is your host, Hidemi Woods. I'm reading episodes from my books here. Today's episode is from one of my books, titled An Old Tree in Kyoto. This one is about my late grandmother. This episode is called Distant Relationship. Distant relationship. In place of my parents who were busy working out in the field as farmers from dawn till late night, I was raised by my grandmother. Although I spent most of the time at home with her, we had a quite distant relationship. She was rigid and quiet, and I had felt tense all the time. She was friendly to my younger sister, but with me, she herself seemed strained. I was regarded as a successor of the family back then, and she treated me like some sort of VIP. She didn't accept idle talk and didn't understand any joke. Whenever I was talking casually, she stopped what she was doing right away and fixed her eyes on me to listen. So it was impossible to have relaxed conversation with her. Also, she was strict about manners and chided me for my way of eating, sitting at the table, or walking. Consequently, our meal times were silent. Sometimes she would set my meal at the table perfectly and retreat to her room like a servant. She hardly talked about anything personal, and even when I asked, she just shrugged it off as if it was irrelevant. I had lived with her for over 20 years, but I never knew her. 3 years have passed since she passed away, and she still remains as a mystery to me. My grandmother was such a quiet, distant, unfriendly person. She was strict, rigid, and reserved. She felt so distant to me, although I stayed with her every day, almost all the time. But I never understood what she was thinking or what she was interested in. She was didn't have any friends, and she hardly went out. She just stayed at home every day, doing all the housework, like cooking, cleaning, sewing, and she was just watching TV or helped my grandfather at the yard. My grandfather was crazy about growing his what is called chrysanthemums flowers, and he grew them, lots of them, all over the front yard of our house, and she helped him. And so just to me, she looked like a servant of my house, or some sort of butler for me. She never allowed me to help her at the kitchen or any housework. If I tried to do so, she seemed so uncomfortable, and she stopped me helping her. When she caught me by chance doing the dishes at the kitchen or cleaning a little bit, she instantly got sullen, and she became in a bad mood and told me to stop. She didn't like to see me doing those housework. And on the other hand, she let my younger sister help her. She was a little bit more friendly to her, but the minute I tried to join them, my grandmother got nervous, got strained to me, so she just stopped talking idly and asked me what she could do for me. So perhaps I had never had a friendly talk with her for over 20 years when I lived with her. there was a Buddhist event one day at the local temple near my house during the summer break, and for that event, grandmothers of all the families in my small hamlet gathered at the temple with their grandchildren. And my grandmother took me there, and that was a special Buddhist event, and a bag of snacks, candies were handed to each child there. And I was talking with other neighbor friends, and my grandmother was talking, no, rather just listening to other grandmothers talking friendly in the different room. And children were talking and playing, and at some point we started to play with a bag of snacks. We began to put a bag on head and walking around the room in a circle, and trying not to drop the bag from our head, and it was fun, and we were laughing and walking and with a bag of snacks on our heads, and then someone opened the Japanese door that connected to the next room where grandmothers were gathering. And my grandmother happened to see me playing with other kids, stupidly, with a bag on my head. And as soon as she saw me playing like that, she called out my name and beckoned me to her room. And I went to her, and she scolded me so hard. She said she was like in a shock. She was shocked to see me playing like that, being a fool with other kids. And she asked me why I was doing such a stupid thing. And I answered, I was just playing with other kids. They are also doing the same thing. And she said they were allowed to do those things, but you aren't. You can't play like that. Don't ever do that. And I didn't understand what she was talking about. So I asked her, why not? I am a child. And she said, you are special. You are different from other kids. So you can't do anything that other kids do. You are not supposed to do. You are not supposed to act like other kids. You are special. Don't ever do the same thing as other kids do. And she really instructed me to be different from other kids. I think she regarded our family as a sort of high status of a family, because our family used to be a powerful landlord of the area, and we had a vast amount of land used to own almost all the land of that area, and we had gotten fallen over the years, over the generations. But she still clung to that status or family history, and she believed our family was a good lineage, and our family was sort of higher than other neighborhood old families. So she thought our family itself was different from others, supposed to be different from others. And especially since I was regarded as a next successor of the family, she just taught me kingcraft to reign the family. That's what she was trying to do for me. And she strongly taught me to be special and be different from others. And that teaching was tattooed in my brain, although my family succession ended with me, and there was no house or family remained. I had nothing to succeed anymore. But my grandmother's teaching remained so firmly in my brain. And to be honest, it didn't any good to me, because it's useless now that there was nothing to succeed our family was cut off. So my grandmother's king craft for me is now totally useless. On the contrary, it had many sorts of bad side effects, I think. It's completely counterproductive. It backfired me as a grown-up, because I still don't have any friend, and it's because I still tend to think I'm different from others, and I still try not to do what others do. So I wouldn't work at the office. I wouldn't get married or have children myself, or I just couldn't, because of probably because of my grandmother's teaching. And I still unconsciously try to be different. So it totally backfires. And I still vividly remember when I was a child, and when I lived in that small hamlet in my old house. There was a very narrow path near my house, and once I was passing through, two elderly women were walking toward me. And ordinarily, we were passing each other in the middle of the path. But as soon as two women recognized who I was, they jumped with a surprise and just stopped walking and they let me pass by standing on the edge of the path themselves. They were just standing on the edge of the path, bowing to me while I was passing beside them. So it seemed they remembered how powerful our family once was, and she recognized me as a successor of that family, so they couldn't pass me by. They just had to. They thought they had to keep themselves aside just to let me pass. So, my grandmother had lived those kind of surroundings. My grandmother was used to being in that special treatment, I think. So it's not so strange. She believed I should be different. I should not do what others do. And it has paid me strangely. It has really hindered me from being ordinary. So ironic, I think. Well, thanks for joining me again. I hope you come back soon. I'm Hidemi Woods. Until next time, take care and be well.
Audiobook, The Family in Kyoto, One Japanese Girl Got Freedom by Hidemi Woods on sale at online stores or apps. Apple Books, Google Play, Audible, 43 available distributors in total.